Hey, I mentioned, made a video, the last video I made was about the FUJI X-T10 that I've got coming, but I've already had one on borrow for a little over 2 weeks, over 3 different periods of time, and analyzing it over like a phony camera of about equal price. The phony one is definitely far inferior in build quality. I mean, unquestionably so. And I've used the A6000 before. But apparently someone had some confusion over the video, the last video I made about me getting the FUJI X-T10. You know, it's an exquisite camera. Some people are apparently under the false assumption that I'm like jumping ship or something. I just got in another Nikkor lens, and you know, I've got 9 Nikon DSLRs and, you know, something like 120 Nikkor lenses, and my Nikon stuff isn't going anywhere. Nobody's being sponsored, and nobody's jumping ship. I mean, you know, analogously, it fits a niche. And I said 2 months ago, if not longer, that I was going to be getting the FUJI X-T10, but apparently no one believed me, or they maybe thought I was making a joke. But you know, it's just like a motorcycle analogy. I mean, I'm saying I'm getting a motorcycle, and everybody out there's like, "Oh, what are you betraying your cars? You got a collection of cars. Are you getting into motorcycles now and ditching your cars?" It's like, no, I've got cars for a reason, and they serve a purpose, and you know, I'm filming this on a little point and shoot. It serves a little purpose. However, I should be filming this on a Nikon DSLR with a better microphone and better lens, but big deal, you know. I'm not making high budget videos here, as obviously is the case. How about no budget to be more accurate? A significant, well, I mean, not too many downvotes in the last video saying I was getting the FUJI X-T10 and saying it's excellent, and I did make a couple snarky remarks at the phony fanboys, and you know, this there is like a cult of mirrorless that exists on the side of phony, and you know, it's just like a Sony play. I don't know anything about gaming, so I'm probably going to get this screwed up, like Xbox versus PlayStation. You know, you have these little cultish cliques, but I'm not seeing any Cultish, and that's not the reason I bought it. I bought it because it's a far superior product. I don't actually see any Cultish clique, you know, flattest sniffing douchebaggery that goes on out of the Fuji crowd. So not only did I buy it because it's a Fuji, well, actually that would be the only reason I bought it. I wouldn't give a damn what sort of cult is around it. But there's a nasty cult around phony. Obviously that's a generalization, but a generalization is still a truism by default, especially in debate tactics. Just because something is generally true and not always true doesn't make it inaccurate. So a generalization is still a truism, necessitatively and logically so. So, you know, the Fuji shooters are not like that. And the X-T10 is a superior product, and it's on sale for, you know, $700. No, Fuji isn't giving me a dime. I'm not getting anything free from anybody. By the way, I ordered a Metabones G adapter for it, but I forgot that the Dingleberries up in New York City are on some sort of holiday for the next week. You know, some sort of obscure holiday. I think it's religious. So I actually can't get an adapter for another week. I guess I could borrow my buddy's Fuji adapter again, but it's like, why do that? It's like, well, let me have it for a week. But I can get by without it for a week, but my camera will be here tomorrow or day after tomorrow? Day after tomorrow, the FUJI X-T10. And I did for an extra $100. I know it's got a plastic mount, you know, just get the cheapy plastic mount. I think for $100 it's worth it. I mean, we all know kit lenses aren't that great, but I got the little cheapy kit lens to go with it for an extra $100. I was like, you know, why the hell, why not? I've used it before. Obviously, it's not like the 18 to 55, I believe, but for $100, it's certainly worth it. But you know, the main reason I got it is just like the same reason someone that loves cars has a motorcycle. It's like, well, I can't drive the car down the little bike path. I mean, it just serves a little niche, and I always said months ago that I'm not anti-mirrorless. I am anti-phony fanboy stuff, and you know, the cult that surrounds it, and I know there isn't a cult that surrounds Fuji, and it's a superior product. I've used it extensively, and that's the reason I bought one. I paid for it with my own damn money, and Fuji isn't giving me a nickel, so no one's ever going to sponsor me. That's the whole premise of this video, that I make logical, informed decisions and talk about them, and you make up your own mind. I mean, I'm not paid a penny what you buy or don't buy. Nobody's giving me a nickel, corporate-wise, so... So nobody's abandoning Nikon stuff here. Just because I got a motorcycle coming, i.e. a FUJI X-T10, doesn't mean I'm ditching my cars or anything like that. I mean, I'm headed to Florida here in a few weeks, and you know what's going to come with me is probably Fuji and a couple of Nikon DSLRs, and the Nikons are probably going to see, I don't know, most of the action, but most of the love, is that what they say? One of the important reasons, like if someone wanted to get into like a FUJI X-T10, of course I'll be reviewing it, I mean I already know it extensively, having used it for quite some time, is that if someone wants to shoot on the cheap, the great thing is to get like a little $100 Nikon F mount to Fuji X mount, and that way you can buy the non-AI Nikkor lenses that are all over eBay. A lot of them are good. I mean, there's some pooper non-AI Nikkor lenses, but there are a lot of them that are good, and most of them are just insanely cheap. So, for example, $200 lens budget. If you buy the Fuji X-T10 for $700, a $200 lens budget on top of that. Well, you also have to have a $100 adapter, of course, so that's another $100. So $800 for the camera and the adapter. $200 lens budget on top of that $800 will get you almost literally 8 lenses, 8 non-AI Nikkor lenses. You know, you can buy a lot of non-AI Nikkor lenses for about $25, $30. So $200 will get you a lot of nice glass if you want to work on the cheap, and you know, some of the non-AIs are kind of not awesome, but a lot of them are, and you don't have to worry about vignetting issues, so since you're working off a DX sensor, APS-C crop sensor. I think that's what I meant to mention, is that there was some sort of negative reaction to the last video. Most of it was positive, but I mean, there was more than a few of them. They're like, oh no, are you jumping ship from Nikon to Fuji? Nobody's jumping ship on anything or anyone. I've been shooting Nikon for 30, I don't know. I mean, I don't know when my first Nikon was. I mean, that was well before my pair of Nikon D4Ss, but I mean, it's been well over 25 years. So I'm not going anywhere against Nikon. That's not happening, and sorry I didn't make any videos, or really the videos the day before yesterday, but I was incredibly stressed out yesterday, and that's just daily life, you know, life is full of taxes, bills, and bullshit. So anyway, the Fuji X-T10 is a superior product. I'll be reviewing it here soon. I've been using it extensively already. Unfortunately, my adapter ring is 1 week delayed due to some sort of oddball holiday that's going on. I'm sure someone out there will correct me on what that is, but anyway, I told you people like 2 months ago that I was getting a Fuji X-T10, and maybe somebody missed that point, but nevertheless, thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye.